So, welcome everyone to the AMA and community, just general voice chat, really. We're going to explain what we're doing over the next few weeks, including the burn and the LP, etc. So, the tokens for the CX, I think they unlock on Friday, which is 10% of the supply. We're going to burn all of them, and also the LP. At the moment, it's really, really strong compared to if you look at any other projects. A lot of projects with our sort of LP are actually like in the millions of market cap, and that's why our price doesn't increase drastically at the moment. Like, which is good because it stabilizes the whole. You know, when people buy and sell, it doesn't affect the price as much. But what we've decided to do after speaking like with the team and a lot of the community have DM me about it as well. We're going to reduce the LP ratio by about 10% or 15%. So what this will mean is we will take um, the exact same amount of tokens, main tokens away as the ETH. And then the ETH, which we take out, will go into the market in wallet for buybacks and burns. And the LP tokens will be burnt as well. So I think we've worked out it'll probably be about 8 ETH will go into the market in wallet, which will make some massive buyback and burns. And also the LP is going to reduce in Uniswap. At the moment, I think there's about 8 million tokens left in Uniswap. I think we're planning it'll probably be about 5 to 6 million after we do this. So it's going to be really bullish for when new investors come in now. There's going to be less tokens in the actual supply, and also give us a lot more ammo for buyback and burns. So yeah, basically, it's going to be a lot better for everyone. And as our tokenomics work, every time someone buys and sells, it's increasing the LP ratio every time. So if we don't do this now and then we lock the LP for a year, the LP could grow too much. So that's why we're planning to do it, if that makes sense. Go.
Yeah, sounds good. I've obviously missed a fair amount this week. So this I'm just going through the call channel to catch up on news. So when you said the CEX tokens, that's literally just the Uniswap stuff, right?
No, the top wallet, the one with 40% in, is obviously broken down into obviously community incentives, partnerships, CX, etc. Obviously, we're going to burn 10 million of them on. We're either going to do it on Friday or when the LP unlocks, which I think is Monday. So I'm assuming a week today, we'll have nearly 20 million tokens burnt in the burn wallet, which
Wow.
also makes bullish because every time there's reflections, the burn wallet's actually getting tokens as well. So obviously, the more tokens in the burn wallet is obviously increasing massively. Obviously, if there's 20% in the burn wallet, that means every transaction, um, the burn wallet gets 20% of all these burnt tokens, which which is massive, really. Do
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
huge. Okay, that sounds awesome, actually. Yeah.
And then obviously on top of that, you got the arcade burns and stuff like that. But I think there's going to be a slight change to the arcade. Douglas has messaged me this morning, so I need to see what's going on there, and then I'll update about that. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. So at the moment, it's just I think we burn on average about 50,000 tokens every week just from the arcade. But
Wow.
I don't know we're going to see what happens there. Um, but yeah, basically that's what's happening. So there's going to be a massive burn. I might burn the CX tokens on Friday and then burn the LP tokens on Monday. So it's two different events.
And what
But
will that bring us to once those are burnt? Like, what percentage of tokens?
um, well, I think it would be roughly 20% total.
That's
I think
insane.
I think at the moment there's about nearly 7 million now, isn't it? I think about 6.7%. Obviously,
Okay.
definitely 10% is going to be burnt, so that would be 17%.
Right.
And then obviously whatever we reduce from the LP ratio, I think our LP ratio at the moment is nearly about 30 to 40%. If you ever look at any other projects, it's normally about, even massive projects, you're looking at about 10 to 20%. So the minimum we're going to reduce it by is 10%, which will give us $10,000 of main tokens, which will be burns, and $10,000 of ETH, which will be put into buyback and burns. We've also got a few other partnerships lined up. My manager's just discussing it with there's a company called D Hub and a few others, which will also be another buyback and burn soon, which I think is about $2,000. So yeah, it's just non-stop building, really.
Yeah, man. And with the LP, I'm just going through the calls channel, just checking up on previous things. When's that going to be locked?
As soon as it unlocks, obviously we'll do the adjustments, burn the tokens, then we're going to relock it on. I think it's Flocky Locker or Floki Locker.
And that's with the real Floki Inu in Ilnu.
Yeah, obviously they turned around and said if we lock on their token locker, they'll put like marketing post out for us saying that we locked our tokens with them. So it should give us a bit more exposure as well.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that will happen more or less the same time the LP unlocks, which is next Monday, I think. Let me just have a quick look.
Yeah,
'Cause you
fair
can-
enough. Yeah, no, that would be a bonus, really, and being able to lock with them and also get a bit of
Yeah.
marketing with it as well.
Yeah, so it says the LP is locked for 6 days. So we'll definitely do by this time next week, depending on exactly when it unlocks. We'll make the adjustments, burn the tokens, then relock it. 10.71% is unlocked in 4 days, which is the CX tokens, which we're going to burn. And then the other tokens are just locked under vesting, sort of. But end of the day, we're not going to be using the tokens unless we really need to. Mainly, it'll be just it will be for like community incentives and stuff like that, like we've been doing with like airdrops and giveaways, and not giving out stupid amount of tokens, just like a few $100 here and there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. We always need that backup anyway, really, don't you?
Yeah. So basically, we've got an AMA with Shido on Wednesday. We've got a few other AMAs being arranged at the moment. The market's looking a bit better this week as well. And obviously our price has gone up quite a lot, which is good. So yeah, everything's looking well, to be honest.
Yes. Yeah, no, things are looking a lot better the past week. There's been speculation as to, well, there's always speculation. There's the possibility to another bull coming, but it'll be
Yeah.
exciting when it does finally come.
And to be honest, I think obviously not everyone knows us. And when people look on Dex Tours and the LP is only locked for 6 days, it is off-putting for people, and I understand that. So I think once all the tokens are sorted out properly, the LP to market cap ratio is done correctly and then locked for a year. I think it would give new investors who don't know us at all a lot more, trust. Everyone's got meme mentality at the moment. So if LP is not locked, people automatically think, oh, they could rug. When theoretically, projects can rug without having LP locks. Do you know what I mean? But it's just mentally, it's more like just peace of mind for people that don't understand how things work correctly. So I think once the tokens are locked for a year, the LP ratio is a lot better. I think it'll give a lot more trust to people that don't know us, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So we're at about 50% at the moment. And what is the aim to become?
Well, I think at the moment it's roughly about 30 to 40%. I think we're going to. Yeah, I think a lot of projects are about 10 to 20, so we'll probably just aim to go to about 20%. Because the thing is, every time there's a buy and sell, or when I buy back and burn tokens, the LP ratio is increasing all the time. So if we do it too high now and we lock it for a year, there's no way we can ever adjust it then because it's been locked for a year.
Yeah, yeah,
So we need to do it. Don't get me wrong, we could even do it to 15, 10%, and then if we need to increase it back later on. But I'm going to speak to a few like people that are more technical minded, such as Jerry, who's just like coming to the chat now. Once we decide the number, I think it'll be better for everyone. Um, Obviously, if we do it not too low but not too high, it's just about getting the balance right. Because if it's too high when people buy, the price doesn't increase as much. But if it's too low, it goes up too much, and it can cause like really, what do you call it, like really high increase and decrease on little buys. So obviously you need decent LP, but you don't
yeah,
want it too high where people are buying a few ETH and it's not moving the price and stuff. It's not good for people, investors. Do you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
if you look at, for example, I don't like bringing up projects' names, but I'll just do one example. Like for the project we've been helping lately, that Hold project. If you look at their market cap to their ratio, it's roughly about, well, their market cap's 1.63 million, and they've actually got less liquidity than us, whereas ours is about 400k market cap with 111k liquidity.
mm,
Like that's just one. And if you look at even like massive projects such as Prop Chain, their market cap's like 6.6 million, and their liquidity is 580,000. So that they're all less than 10% ratio, if you know what I
yeah.
mean.
I see what you're saying.
Whereas if you look at ours, our market cap's 380k and the liquidity is 121,000. So we just need to get the balance right because obviously the way we're burning as well at the moment, it keeps increasing all the time.
Well, yeah. I mean, I just as I said, I've been going through the thing. You've done a bunch of burns this week.
Yeah. And we actually we got market makers as well, which is good. They're actually getting ETH ready for more buybacks and stuff. So obviously, it's doing it's going really well, to be honest.
Yeah, awesome.
Considering the market's not really that great either. Um, I think in the next few weeks we'll see a lot better situation for us, obviously, with the funds and obviously more partnerships and just having more tokens out of supply. Because the less tokens in Uniswap is better for for holders. Because when it gets down to like there's only a few million left in Uniswap, then that's when supply shock starts happening and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. I
The
see this week also.
Sorry, I think the raffle's going to start drawing very shortly as well. Let me have a look.
Ooh.
It's automatic, you see. So yeah,
Yeah, it's going to draw at 16 minutes past and 27 seconds, apparently.
yeah. So 50 seconds left. So the chat's going to lock in second. So we'll watch the lottery.
We'll
And
see
then
who the winner will be.
yeah, and then obviously if anyone's got any questions, whatever questions we pick, I'll do a few tips in the main chat. So let's once the raffle's done, if anyone wants to ask a question in the main chat, then I'll answer it for you. And then you get a little tip. Wenkies. Rio. He's funny.
Should only be a few seconds now.
Just if you look at the questions now, mate, we'll answer them after the raffle. Like obviously, Captain Heroes just mentioned stuff. Here you go. Raffle starting now. So good luck, everybody. $229 entries. Really clever, isn't it? This bot, how Douglas is. It's amazing, isn't it? How he's done it all.
Doggies is the bot
Start
master.
about to say thank you. Then I started coughing. Thank you.
First winner, A54. 59D. 6F1. I do like it when it's not the same wallet choice. I know someone has like, purchased loads of tickets, but it's always nice to see different people winning. DE4.
Does it prevent from that happening?
No, they can win multiple times. Every ticket's just like the lottery. If you buy 5 tickets, you can win on each ticket.
There is a setting so you can set it so only one winner can win the once, but we've turned that off for these raffles.
There you go. No, it's a different wallet. I thought it was done. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be everyone's different so far. 5 days. There you go. I think everyone's different.
10 unique winners.
Well done, everybody. And I'll send the prizes out within 72 hours. Well, after 72 hours, as that's the rules. But yeah, obviously, if you want to start asking questions from the main chat, I think Captain Hero did ask a question before the raffle. If you want to start with that one.
Captain Hero. Let's have a look. What would be our market cap roughly after all the planned actions?
Well, it would be exactly the same. Obviously, what we're doing doesn't affect the market cap. So, obviously, it would give us more funds to buy back and burn. So that obviously can increase the market cap when we buy back tokens. But the actual procedure, what we're doing, won't affect the market cap. It's just going to reduce the supply because obviously the 10% don't affect the market cap. Because it's already taken into account for. Obviously, the fully diluted market cap will reduce because it'll be 10% out of supply. But the market cap you see on DEX stores at the moment won't change because obviously that's taken out of account what's in circulating supply. So them 10% of tokens aren't actually in supply until we burn them anyway. So the market cap won't actually change, if that makes sense.
Yep, perfectly. I wanted to ask about the jackpot roll that came out this week.
Yeah.
How's that going? And how's it work?
Douglas, do you want to answer that or do you want me to? I don't know if Douglas said what.
So yeah, it's going really well. Obviously, there's been quite a lot of different games, and we have a look at how many rolls and everything there's been. But how it just works is a number's picked at the well, someone starts a jackpot roll. A target number is randomly selected by the bot, and the game only ends when someone rolls that random number once again. And the pot can be relatively large depending on how the random numbers drop. And at the very end, whoever hits the target number wins the pot.
Oh,
Really,
that's cool.
as simple as that.
Yeah, so I did. Yeah, because I saw it. Obviously, I was away, but I saw that it had released, and I didn't know how it worked, and I was just like, jackpot roll sounds good.
Yeah, so it's very similar to
literally,
Dicey
the game can
Heights.
go
It's
on.
just
It doesn't have a time limit. It's just until
correct.
someone rolls the.
Correct. Yes. So that's the difference with Dicey Heights. Dicey Heights, you have a maximum of 10 rolls each, and the game length is a maximum of 2 minutes. And whoever is closest to the target number, which is 1,000 on that, wins the pot. But with jackpot roll, we remove the maximum rolls, we remove the time limit, and the target number changes for each game.
Okay, and what's the biggest pot that you've had so far?
About 33,000 main, I think it was.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know the funny thing was everyone had ran out of funds. This was like on the first day, and what I'd done, I'd done a blitz in the main group for
Yeah.
like 1,000 main, and then Mast that claimed the blitz went into the jackpot roll, done one roll and won.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So yeah,
incredible.
I think we had one for 33,000, and then yesterday there was one for 30,000, I think. So yeah, the maximum so far is just over 30,000, which is at this price, $200, which is really good going.
Yeah, crazy. We got another question which sort of reverts back to the liquidity stuff, which is with regards to liquidity, how are you planning to keep it steady, say around the 20% to the market cap ratio after locking?
Unfortunately, there's not much we can do. That's why we're doing it now. Everyone, unfortunately, people want everyone like to lock the LP for long, which, in my opinion, is a bit silly. But I don't want people not to invest because the LP is not locked. I have been advised to do it for for like 3 months rather than a year, just in case we do need to adjust it. But everyone, you can't please everyone. Some people want you to lock it for a year. Some people, because at the end of the day, what you got to think of is we're lucky that we only locked it for 30 days because obviously we wouldn't be able to change it. But because our LP was really high from the start, because we added so much ETH at the start, I think it will be all right. Because as the price grows, the market cap ratio is not going to burn as many tokens because the higher the price of main, obviously the less will burn every time. So it shouldn't be that drastic after we reduce it, I don't think.
Yeah, and I think, the locking is just a symbol of trust more than anything, isn't it? Just to say that we don't have access to this, so there's no fear of anything dodgy happening.
Yeah, for example, that's why all these meme coins they burn the liquidity because they're not a long term project. They literally they know it's just going to pump and dump like 99% of meme coins. So that's why they don't care about burning it. Whereas if I do that, it's giving up my whole project, which is it's my marketing project. It's not a meme coin. It's actually a project what I want to work on and bring loads of partnerships and actually make it grow. Whereas a lot of these coins that just lock liquidity for 5,000 years is because they're literally making a coin just to farm on, and it's not an actual project. You know what I mean? It's just a fucking picture of a dog, and they're making. It's all about hype. If you know what I mean. Whereas this project is actually about growing, getting partnerships, making a great community, which a lot of projects are about anyway. Community,
Yeah.
but we're actually trying to make it into something like with partners and marketing and AMAs, which are doing well. I haven't got an exact number, but I think we've done nearly coming up to 10 AMAs now. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
n-
yeah.
in less than a month, and I'm doing them all on my own as well. Like that's an average of like 2 or 3 every week. I think that's quite good going, considering we're in a bear market.
100%. Yeah. I mean, you're doing a cracking job bringing in companies who want to have armors and stuff. This time is difficult because, projects are quite conservative in these times. But yeah, no, you're doing an amazing job bringing in the armors.
To be honest, it is very hard. Like a lot of projects are not spending money at the moment because obviously everyone's in the same boat. If you look at most charts at the moment, they're all like literally look dead. They're all struggling volume wise, they're all struggling price wise. So I think a lot of them are just like saving their funds, ready for like the market to change.
Yeah, there's so many people out there who are just not engaging in crypto at all at the moment because of obviously the state of the market. So yeah, it's gonna be good. Like it's nice seeing this upward movement at the moment, and hopefully, we get kicking off a bit more over the next, few months. Um, Alex, our website man and graphic designer, has put a little post in the chat there, basically talking about the website. It says, since a lot more people are paying attention right now, I want to explain what happened to the website. Some of you may have seen it's not accessible through HTTPS. I've tried to activate Cloudflare, and that means I've had to change the name server of the domain propagation change, which was done in a few hours. Didn't manage to configure it properly, but moved back to the host name server. But propagation to move back takes 24 to 48 hours. So I'm pretty sure, in layman's terms, that means in 24 to 48 hours, the website should be functioning properly on the SSL side. Basically.
To be honest, we're lucky that we don't really, our website is just literally something where people go to see what the project's about. It doesn't do anything for us. Whereas a lot of projects who rely on their website would be screwed. But yeah, it doesn't really matter, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's always good to have that to look at there. Oh, by the way, this this raffle, is that in ETH, the prize, or is it in main?
No, we buy back main and then give it to the winners, like. So it's in main, yeah. Just like last time, they were all sent. The last 10 winners, they all get in main, and most of them held actually. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, it says Derek in the chat that asked whether it's 100 in ETH. So,
I've seen another question about the lottery, but I can't answer that yet because Douglas is doing some stuff. If Douglas wants to try and touch on base, he can. But I'm still waiting to hear what the plan is with the new lottery and stuff, so I can't really answer that at the moment.
I want to discuss that with you first before it goes public, if that's all right.
Yeah. So we'll leave that. We'll make an announcement on that at a future date. And obviously, someone just said, have we decided to lock for a year or 3 months? To be honest, I'm not too sure yet. I'm going to speak to the team and we'll make a proper announcement before we do it. But at the end of the day, 3 months is, 3 months is still long, isn't it? So that's great.
It is. It gives you time to, if you need to make any decisions, then after the 3-month period, it's better than a year, I think, because you're stuck then, aren't you? For a lot longer. Someone's put, hey, to you, Scott. Hey, brother, what's the duration of the per ETH buy plus 25% offer?
It's already been done. Someone bought it. Someone's already bought it, and that was for one person. I spoke to the person, and it's actually someone I know who bought it, which is good because I know he's going to hold. No, it was actually Dan. It was Dan, if you know Dan.
I know Dan. I saw him come into the. Yeah, I was looking at the voice chat. Obviously, I saw him come in, and I was like, Dan. Obviously, I've not been there for a week, but I was like, Dan's in.
Yeah, well, Dan bought. He bought I think he bought 1.4 ETH, and obviously he gets the 25% because he was the first to do it.
Well, there you go. Nice.
We could do more of them because it worked quite well, and look at the price. So little events like that always help. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So can what exactly was that? What can you explain what the offer was?
Yeah, it was for the next person who bought over 1 ETH, got 25% extra tokens sent after that. So they have to hold for 72 hours, and then they get 25% tokens.
What I can do with that as well, I mean, I'll add it onto the list. I can actually make that as part of a proper competition in the bot as well as the highest buy in the raffles. And at least it has a bit of feedback as the event's going until someone gets.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, so you can combine it into another event.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yeah, we could do that as like the highest buy thing. So the one who bought the highest amount after a certain amount of time gets an extra 25% of tokens. That'd be a good shout.
Yeah, well, there'll be different options. You could do highest buy, first buy, above a certain amount, things like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Or you could do random. You give randomly 10 buys out of a certain amount.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty much the raffle already. That's what we did today. Minimum was 50. You just put it as a higher amount instead.
Oh, no, I see. I suppose it.
What would be a good plan is you could set the so. For example, in the bot, you can put on the 10th buy, it automatically picks that person. Then it comes up saying lucky winner and stuff like that. So there isn't a time limit. There is literally just on the 10th buy or 50th buy, whatever you set in the bot, it comes up saying
secret though.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. Obviously, only the person that actually creates the competition would know what buy it's on and stuff like that, maybe. There's loads of things we can do with that.
The 200,000 buy.
Yeah. But yeah, basically, I've said what I need to say about the LP. I think someone's just said, "Is there a final decision on liquidity ratio?" It's gonna be about 15 to 20%, I think. At the moment, it's trying to work it out. It's nearly 35%, which is really high, to be honest. And
Yeah,
it's
I'm
it's
just
quite
going back a bit further, see if there's any more questions. No, carry on now. I think I interrupted you actually.
no. I'm waiting for you, bro. There is another one just come in if there's none at the top.
Are there already slightly more specific ideas for the community incentives? Only as a tease. Maybe we can use for shilling. Would they be for the holders or maybe some smaller ones like the Blitz events also only for joining here?
Yeah, so basically, we always do community incentives anyway. Like we're probably one of the most engaged communities in Telegram at the moment, and there's literally about 10 blitzes a day. So if that's not community incentives, I don't know what is. What other community group goes gives all these tokens away? But yeah, I think
True.
we will start rewarding people who are raiding all the time, but we tip them anyway. Do you know what I mean? And when people make videos, they always get tips and stuff like that. So yeah, I think we do quite a lot of community incentives anyway. We are planning on like a referral campaign where if you bring a project into the group for an AMA, you'll receive tokens and stuff like that. We've got that planned. So for example, if you message a project who takes a promotion which is used for the buyback and burn, you'll get rewards in tokens or ETH. Do you know what I mean? We have got that
Yeah.
coming up. Wow. Oh, he says just keep reserves aside in case you have to increase liquidity. Oh yeah, but we've got loads of tokens which are still unlocked under a vested period. If we need to increase liquidity, we'll have the ETH in the market and wallet, and we can add more later. But as I said, as every buy and sell happens, the ratio increases anyway. So I'm not really worried about that. If 15%, it's never going to be less than that because obviously every time we buy back and burn, it's actually increasing constantly.
Yeah, I think that's it for the questions. Well, there is one, but it's ridiculous. When 101% burns, supply burn.
When you send your tokens to the burn address.
Yeah, so I'm just
So
going
basically,
through to see what's happened this week, what I might have missed.
yeah, well, we've got an AMA on Wednesday at 1 p.m. UTC with Shido, which is quite a big project.
Yeah.
The CEO actually joined our group and was speaking in there on Saturday, and he said he's going to buy in as well. So we'll see.
Oh, awesome. Shido. How did the Chatter Shield go? I missed that one.
It could have been better. It was quite short, to be honest, but it was a Friday night, and I don't think he was that planned. We both wasn't planned, and to be honest, what was hard about it was there isn't much to speak about. It's literally a bot which raids Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So there's not much. You'll see the difference between that AMA and like Shido, because obviously Shido's got so much different products and wallets, and they've just made their own blockchain, and they've got so much utility. It could go on for hours theoretically.
Yeah.
So
Did
it's
he touch
hard.
on if it will be expanding to anything else other than Twitter? That's what I did want to ask that, but I wasn't there.
But DBS actually joined as a speaker, and he said he couldn't really tell. He couldn't tell us. So what he was saying was, it already costs $5,000 per month to get the API for X.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah. So when I think DBS mentioned, can we do it for like Instagram and stuff like that? He said there wasn't any plans. I think he just mentioned Discord, but I think what he meant was, do you know how you can set up a thing from Telegram? I think he meant they were going to expand to Discord. For example, projects on Discord could use a bot. That's what I think he was touching on. I don't
Oh,
think he.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. So no, he didn't mention anything about that, but it would be good because everyone uses it for X, but if they was the first movers to do it on something like Instagram, the thing is, I don't think as many people use Instagram. Do you know what I mean? I think X is the main thing.
Oh, it's not the same audience. I mean, I know the type of people who use Instagram, but not really. It's not really for crypto, is it? I don't think.
It's more for like people just putting pictures on, isn't it? Like models and stuff like that, I suppose.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Okay, that's fair enough.
Someone says target market cap. To be honest, I don't really care. That's the thing. I'm not really going to give predictions. I'm just going to keep working. That's all I can do. No one can give you a target prediction because at the end of the day, I don't control sellers and I don't control the buyers. So there isn't a target. We're just going to keep working.
I think, just your sheer work ethic and, seeing what you can bring in now during the bear, I think it's, only up, isn't it, really? It's because it's just, how long have you been marketing for?
About 6-7 years. We've been doing it.
Exactly. And that's, it's the same thing, really.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's not really that hard. Like we seen the other day, we went from something like 150k, 160k market cap up to about 400k. We've not really that much effort, really. It's you know, compared to a lot of projects, we're sitting at 400, I think 425 holders now. It's gone up about 10%, or nah, but yeah, about 10-15% in a week. I'd say that's like really good organically. We haven't been paying any influencers to post. Obviously, we've had Mando, Trav put a post out, but that wasn't paid. It was just like because of my friends. But I just don't
Buddy
believe in
favors.
paying influencers. People are asking me to pay them when they don't. I'd rather them just buy in and support the projects. Because at the end of the day, what's the point in paying influencers who don't support in the project?
Yeah, true. Very true. And yeah, just less outgoings, isn't it, really? Especially in this time.
Yeah, so basically, the only overheads we have are for the bots and for the website. Obviously, Alex does all the banners and for the AMAs and all that sort of stuff. So I pay for the banners and the website and obviously the bot for the arcade and stuff like that. Apart from that, we haven't got any overheads. So it's quite, you got a lot of projects which are paying like 5 to 10 developers every month. That's why their prices are going down because they have to sell tokens to pay to keep the project running. Whereas us, even if we had to just, I don't want to close a website and stuff, but if we had to, which we don't, we could still run with no overheads, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. And you're always in demand.
Yeah, in the ball run, like literally, I was turning down I couldn't keep up with how many projects were asking me to promote them every day. It's obviously I'm still getting quite a few, but it's quieter now than it was. But in the ball run, that's when I think we'll start doing buybacks every single few hours.
Are you tired, mate? By any chance?
Sorry, yawn. Monday morning, mate.
Yeah. Are you how's your leg these days?
Well, this is the work ethic I have. I've got the hospital appointment at 9:30 in the morning on Wednesday. Then I've got the AMA 3 hours after. So yeah, I've got to go back to the
I was gonna
hospital
say, are you
is
like
on Wednesday.
actually up and about?
No, I'm still in the oh yeah, on crutches. I've still obviously got a broken leg.
Yeah. I was just wondering, like, you know, obviously you've got a lot of time to spend on the project because you're
Yeah.
kind of stuck.
Yeah, it's quite boring to be honest, being stuck, you know. But
Oh,
nah,
it
it's
means you
getting better.
can't drive either, right?
Yeah, I can't drive. Obviously go back Wednesday, and hopefully, we'll see then. They might take the cast off and then go into like a boot or whatever it is. But it's been about 2 months now, so it shouldn't be too much longer. Thank God.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy. 2
But
months.
if anyone's got any other questions, feel free to ask. I'll probably stay on for another 10, 15 minutes or whenever Goat has to go. Then we'll crack on. Win 4,000 holders.
I was just about to say that.
To be honest, if everyone, if everyone who believes in the project tells one person, then obviously it will be a lot faster. So yeah, obviously I've got the D-Hub partnership incoming. I've been speaking to a few others as well. So it's just a matter of keep building.
So what's this week? What we got this week?
Well, I've got Dan's actually working with a project who want an AMA, so we might have them. We've got one with Shido, and then that Farcana, which is like it's like an esports game.
Oh yeah,
It
that looks cool actually.
is good. And they actually done a $50,000 Bitcoin giveaway for their game. So it's quite a big project that is. But I'm working
Yeah.
with them. And obviously
So is
they're
that
going to be.
scheduled for this week, or is that in the future?
I thought it was meant to be this week, but I'm still waiting for the guy who arranged it. Said he has to speak to the CEO to see when they were free. So the only definite planned one this week is Shido for Wednesday,
Okay.
which is good for me because I literally haven't stopped anyway.
Is that here on Telegram or is that on Twitter?
Yeah, it's on Twitter X, so that'll be Wednesday, 1 p.m. UTC.
I'm
That should
never
be
going to
quite a
get
big
used to
one.
calling it X.
I know, I know. I hate it. It sounds so much better Twitter, doesn't it? It's just 'cause
You know what X reminds me of? It's like something you'd write on your school book and be like, yeah, cool. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like I don't know. Twitter just seemed better to me. I don't know why.
when you say it, it just doesn't sound right, does it?
No, it doesn't. But
No.
and yeah, the whole API thing, like I was just saying about ChatShield, like it used to be free, and now obviously they're having to pay 5,000 a month for just using it. It's mad. But
Yeah,
Elon's got to get
that's
his money back somehow.
exactly. But like, even with like the giveaway pickers and stuff like that, like even they have to pay it. Do you know what I mean? So that's why Pickor have put their prices up. I think it used to be like $80 a month. I think they charge nearly $200 a month now.
Wow. Oh, because wasn't Pickle free?
So nah, if it was like if you had less than a certain amount of retweets, it was free. But if you had over, I think it was 3,000, then you had to pay. So it used to work out cheaper to do monthly. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Because there was two, wasn't there? Like you always use Pickle, and there's a bunch of other people use another one. If I remember, I can't remember now.
Yeah, so basically the only one that really works at the moment is if you pay the Pickle or Rocket Bots do one as well, but you have to pay, you have to hold their tokens and stuff like that. So yeah. But yeah,
Madness.
I think we've done, mate, to be honest. I don't think unless anyone's got any questions.
Yeah,
Uh,
good update.
yeah, so thank you for everyone that joined. Well done to everyone who won the raffle.
Yeah, well done for our winners.
And obviously, if you've got any other questions, just ask in the group because we're always there. And thank you, Goat, for joining us.
No worries, mate. Always here. Unless I'm on
And
holiday.
Douglas. Thank you, Douglas. And I'll see you
Yeah,
later.
thanks, Duggies.
Yeah, speak to you later. No worries. Catch you in a bit.
Cheers.
Doodly, guys. Bye.